Hello, my name is Ben, and I will be reviewing my growth throughout the URI Writing 104 class. The area of learning that I wish to analyze is the rhetorical approaches to composing. Throughout my time in Writing 104, I have acquired various skills to enhance my rhetorical approach to an audience. I had to teach myself how to walk in the shoes of my audience, think about how they would view my topic, and counter any problems that I may encounter while I share my project with them. My first few badges, the Critical ID badge and the Adventure badge, required me to go out to other people and ensure that the project would work in a rhetorical sense. While working on the Critical ID badge, I learned how to influence language, grab my audience's attention with pictures and modes, and effectively appeal to the audience. In my Critical ID badge, this took the form of a YouTube video that utilized music, persuasive language, and a modern appeal to who I am as a person. This is confirmed as my peer review for the badge, my classmate Erin, noted that the project was a significant way to pull an audience into these modern issues, as well as capturing her eye as far as wanting to learn more about who I am. In a rhetorical sense, I could have improved on appealing to a broader audience rather than just focusing on one primary audience. The topic of exigence absolutely lended itself to talking about one audience. However, in a rhetorical sense, it would have benefited more for me to try and appeal to people who did not understand what I was talking about. Meanwhile, the Adventure badge had me compose a prezi that utilized photos, contemporary ideas and modes, as well as modernized styles to convey my theme of travel. The project not only contained a modernized version of a travel guide, but it allowed me to broaden my subject to appeal to families, history lovers, and even older generations. Through learning about the history of my topic and critically thinking about other audiences, I was able to compose a final product that rhetorically appealed to all audiences, with its main focus being apparent. As my project was limited to one location, I feel as though my project needed 1 to 2 more locations to help broaden my topic of exigence, as well as acquiring more data. The project turned out fine in the end, however, would have been more of an appealing rhetorical work if I included more locations. Lastly, my work in the Social Justice badge demonstrates rhetorical learning greatly, as the process required pitching my idea to multiple people and getting their thoughts on the topic. I mainly asked what they thought of the exigence I planned on discussing, how much prior understanding they may have had, and finally, how they could benefit from learning more about the topic. I had to make sure that the information that I included would engage them greatly, inspire a good and thought-provoking discussion, and benefit the audience in some way. Mainly, I had to find a way to ensure my audience was satisfied in the social and learning part of the discussion. To ensure this, I gathered people outside of my class on multiple occasions and pitched the discussion to them. After each practice discussion, I asked the audience how the discussion could be improved, what they thought of the discussion, and if they felt engaged enough. Based off of how my audience responded to the post-survey and what I observed throughout the process, I tweaked my discussion points to be perfect for the day of the presentation. I absolutely could have added in more modes to this presentation to help strengthen my argument, as well as included more discussion points. The project on its own was extremely appealing and attention-grabbing as the post-survey showed. However, I feel as though I could have added more to the presentation to strengthen it as much as possible. In a newer sense, I plan on utilizing this knowledge to my advance in my everyday writing. Learning how to compose a piece that appeals to all audiences, being able to effectively engage people at my will, as well as to convey a useful and meaningful purpose is something that I will use in my day-to-day life. I could use this in something as major as participating in a social justice rally, to something as minor as applying for a job. URI Writing 104 has taught me many skills and applications that have thus far benefited me greatly. Learning what a mode was and how to compose one was the first step in my contemporary writing journey, and now I hope to further elevate these skills as I progress through college and even life. From thinking how to rhetorically appeal to an audience in a new and appealing way has shown me the power of multimodal compositions and the power of thinking like my audience. The applications of learning how to rhetorically analyze an audience and present to them effectively are endless, and I hope to use the skills that I acquired from this class often in my everyday life. This video has been an accurate reflection on my journey throughout the URI 104 class. Everything that I have acquired has broadened my skill set and has greatly prepared me for college as well as the rest of my life. Not only have I learned about various writing skills, but I've learned how to open up through an emotion-grabbing video creation, how to travel and see the tiny details in a location and how it can impact one's experience, as well as opening myself up to a different side of the social justice world. This class has benefited me not only in my writing, but in my life as a whole.